All right, let's see. Let's see who tunes in. Romper, stomper, bumper, boo. Tell me, tell me, tell me, do. Magic mirror, tell me today. Are my friends ready for fun and play? I see Spencer. I see Myrna. I see Tom. I see Yuri. I see Nabul. We're back. I see Lorraine. I see Sarchek. I see TYC. I see you there, Howie. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, boss. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, Jim, you got to love this, Jim. Jim, if you like the last live stream, Ian, if you like the last live stream, you're going to really love this. Let's go and see. Oh, Chiladian, are you ready for this, Chiladian? Are you ready for this? If you guys never seen the panorama before, you guys are in for a treat. Good to see you, Phyllis, Stephanie. Welcome back. Good to see you, Dave. The return of the Dutch indeed, yes. My favorite museum too, Nibble. My favorite museum indeed. Looks like they have a very weird art exhibit beginning to formulate. But let's do it. Good to see you, Zeb. Never seen this? Ian, get ready for this. We're going to see New York as simulated from 20,000 feet above the earth. The panorama of New York City. The world's largest scale model. Good to see you, Barnabas. Good to see you, Cashroll. If it's sunrise, we'll find out. We will find out. If it's sunrise. A lot of people here in the panorama today. Here it is. The world's largest architectural scale model. Good to see you, CB. Share this out, that's right. Oh my God, Spencer, look at this view here. And then we could really, really zoom in. Thanks for sharing on the community tab. Yeah, it looks like midday now, Tom. You know, if you never saw the Twin Towers in real life, this is a great way to see the Twin Towers because the Twin Towers are still on the model here. All right, let's start touring here. Good to see you there, Dave. The zoom is insane. So we're going to start right here. Uptown, baby. We're starting uptown. So this was a simulated helicopter ride when this first opened up. Now, in this room, a lot of historic United Nations had their main building over on 42nd Street. This is where the UN General Assembly used to meet. In this building, the ratification of the partition of Israel happened in this room. Also, UNICEF was founded in this room. This is, of course, where later on a ice skating rink would be. Or actually, the ice skating rink was next door. But this was created for the 64 fair. This is incredibly accurate. For every inch on the model, life. The model was completed in 1964 by around 325 people helped build this. They used fire maps to help map out the buildings. This is basically a big tribute to Robert Moses. As you see, you have a lot of buildings here that are in red. These red buildings are newly built housing projects. This also showcased Robert Moses's highways across the 5 boroughs. Oh, what's that in the middle of the screen? Yankees, the new Yankee Stadium. So some buildings have been updated, other buildings are not updated. But if you have a building, if you're a developer, you could, I don't know why the camera doesn't want to focus all of a sudden. Having a problem focusing. So if you're a developer of a large project, you can add your building to the model. So a lot of notable buildings that are missing from the model, of course, Billionaires Row, all the buildings in Billionaires Row are not on 57th Street. Look at that, Long Island City. completely only one building in Long Island. I don't know why this camera really does not like the light in here. Baby. But this was a simulated helicopter ride. Where I'm walking would have been where the helicopters would have actually traveled along. And it was narrated by Lowell Thomas. You can go to the Queens Museum website and you'll be able to hear the 24-minute presentation that was here in 1964 and 1965. But we're uptown. We're now in Inwood, right near the Cloisters. The Cloisters is right there. Good to see you, Brian. Welcome back. Of course, Yankee Stadium, Harlem. And there's a lot of people in here today. Let me find a little spot downtown. And I think the sun is beginning to set. Body live streams. I see Empire State Building. I see, look at Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Park. Tompkins Square Park. Washington Square Park. See your old house in Park Slope? Yeah. So this model was completely updated in 1994. And then it was cleaned up in the early 2000s. Back in the day, you were able to walk on the model, and you still can if you're filming a movie. And then the High Line, when we get a little, you just see the High Line. Good to see you, Judith. Let's see how much the zoom here works. Oh, yeah. Let's go up the High Line. This is the High Line right here. There's the High Line Park. Oh, Hudson Yards. Here's Hudson Yards. Am I buffering a bit? Am I buffering, guys? I'm not getting the warning. I'm not getting the warning on my phone. Occasionally. Okay, let me make sure the Wi-Fi is turned off here. Okay. Let me just walk a little bit further down here. You're getting little bumps? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the internet here. We should have a good signal. Yeah, maybe the museum doesn't like 5G, no. I'm not getting the signal indicator that I have a bad signal here, so I'm just going to keep going here, guys. So I'm not getting the, right, smooth as silk, right, Sarge? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing any signal issues on my end. All right, let's zoom into Lower Manhattan. There is Lower Manhattan. And you see the Twin Towers. So the model is composed, the original buildings on the model were made of balsa wood. And then some of the newer models of the buildings are actually 3D printed, like new Brooklyn Bridge Park right here. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus. This is Brooklyn Bridge Park, and this is all 3D printed. Oh, the sun's going down, guys. So where I am, when we get a little bit further in the model here, but I am way up here. I am right there. You could just see the Unisphere. That's where I am, right there. That's where I am on the map. Okay, the sun is beginning to set here in New York. Yeah, maybe somebody around me had a... sometimes. Here comes nighttime. So the day-night cycle is roughly every 8 minutes. What are the shadows below me? Well, this stuff right here, this is New Jersey, so nothing from the state of New Jersey or outside the 5 boroughs is on the model. Where do I live on the map? I live right up here. Right there. You see that big bridge usually in all the live streams? Right up there. So I went from here, I took the train all the way up, I went over the Manhattan Bridge, I went up 6th Avenue on the D, and then I transferred to train at 42nd Street, and then the 7 train went up and around and rip. That was my traveling today. Good to see you, Joe. Welcome. You guys see the sun setting? Oh, there it goes. There it goes, guys. Doing great, Dylan. This model is amazing, Judith. The live stream never does this justice. Even with a wide lens, I'm gonna zoom all the way out, guys. Even with a wide lens, you really can't get the whole image. You see Prospect Park, that green blob right up there. You see all the parks here lit up using a black light. And then we have, now, these colored lights here were part of the original presentation. Green lights were schools, red lights were firehouses, and yellow lights were police precincts, amongst many other things. Nabul, I will take you and the family up here, man. I will take you and the kids up here, and we will stare at this thing for hours. Dylan, all 5 boroughs are here on the model. All 5 boroughs are here. This seems to be the case. Look at that. Sunrise. Here comes the sun rising. It's a governor's mansion done in 24 karat gold. No, it's not.
This is Washington, the Union, and Madison.
Staten Island. Staten Island, and you got the Verrazano right there, and then I live right here. And then here's Governor's Island. Let's zoom in. Governor's Island right there. The new Brooklyn Bridge Park was added, I want to say 4 years ago. The neighborhoods of Red Hook, Carroll Gardens, Burham Hill, downtown Brooklyn. Fort Greene, Brooklyn Heights, and Dumbo underneath my thumb, underneath my finger. And you want to see how big the Statue of Liberty is? Statue of Liberty, I believe, is like 4 inches tall. It's tiny. Yeah, next time, Jim, you kind of come out here. Come out to the Queens Museum. Suggested donation. Come in here for $1. This is something that not a lot of tourists really come out and see. It is kind of far away from the city. Greenwood Cemetery. And then here's Coney Island. Coney Island, way down over there. And then I live right here. Here's Bay Ridge, Diker Heights, Bensonhurst, Gravesend, and Bath Beach. Good to see you, Surf Dog. I'm glad you're enjoying. I feel like the first time I ever saw this model, I was 11 years old. I came here on a school trip, and I'll never forget it. I'll never forget. I do still feel like an 11-year-old kid whenever I come in here. But if you've never seen the Twin Towers, of the World Trade Center, this is a great way to get an idea of how big they were on our skyline. If you ever come to New York, absolutely, Nicola, absolutely. Originally from Yonkers, welcome. They clean it once a month. They give it a big dusting. And they do superimpose various art exhibits on the model. And obviously then they clean it again. But every month they dust it down. And I have seen the process. They have these big, if you could, those big feather dusters? They use those. They use feather dusters and vacuums. And it takes a long time. It takes a good 5-6 hours. Took the 5 train to Bowling Green, which is Bowling Green right down there. Battery Park, you see Castle Clinton. Battery Park City right here. Battery Park City wasn't even on the model when this model was first unveiled in 1964, because Battery Park City didn't exist yet. You watch the Twin Towers being built from your bedroom. Wow, and yeah, Park Slope. Now let's look at Park Slope right here. You can see how the F train, this is the F train, comes over the bridge right here. This is the 9th Street, Smith 9th Street station right there, the highest station in the network. And when we did Prospect Park the other day, we literally did the whole park from all the way up there. We went down, we went around, and then I walked down here. What does the ferry cost nowadays? Well, the Staten Island ferry is free. We do have a New York City ferry, which costs $2.75. Also, there's waterway boats that take you out to New Jersey, which are anywhere from $4 to $7. Let me see if the zoom works. The light's at max. Let's go really see the details. Yeah, look at that. Let's go up the East River. We're going to start at the South Ferry Terminal, right there. You can see Brooklyn Bridge Park, Governor's Island, right here. And let's go up the East River. Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge. There's the Brooklyn Navy Yard to the right-hand side of the image. There is Williamsburg Bridge. As we continue on up the East River, we have the Newtown Creek that separates Greenpoint, Brooklyn with Long Island City. There is the Queensboro 59th Street Bridge. And then further on up, the Hellgate Bridge and the RFK Tri-Borough Bridge. Let me go over in this direction here. You can see LaGuardia Airport, the Throgs Neck and Whitestone bridges off at the top of the screen there, because this is the Bronx up here. And then let's come all the way down Central Park, Manhattan. I see Empire State Building right there. I'm glad you're enjoying this, everyone. Town. Making our way downtown, all the way downtown. Oh, there are the Twin Towers. There are the Twin Towers. So the idea behind the Twin Towers being on the model is that the Twin Towers will stay on the model until the entire World Trade Center complex is realized. They are printing out new buildings for the new complex. So the buildings are being made. So I believe 1 World Trade Center, number 7 World Trade Center, number 3 and 4 are done. And then they will put this in a separate, they will put the original Twin Towers, they're going to put that on display somewhere here in the museum. But the detail is amazing. It was very famously said that Robert Moses could reject any panel at his doing. So the new phone is fantastic. You like this, Keith? Welcome. Yeah, you know, Spencer, a lot of people want to keep them too. I kind of want to keep them myself because, like I said, it's a really great idea of what the Twin Towers used to look like on our skyline. And Jim Thompson with a $10 super chat. So much for the, much appreciated. Yeah, Hellgate Bridge. Yeah, there you go. Yep, the Ringling Brothers Circus used to go there. So now we are over the borough of Staten Island. And what is Staten Island known for? It's garbage dump. Its garbage dump is right there. The garbage dump at Staten Island is actually taller than Statue of Liberty. And then this is where the Staten Island Mall is, right there. Let's get the epic shot. Because as you see, if you can imagine, you're flying in a helicopter, you're going around the city. So where I'm walking would have been where the simulated helicopter ride would have gone. Oh, I'm glad, Myrna, I'm glad you're enjoying this. Again, I feel like a kid every time I come in here and see this thing. Good to see you, Wilbs. Driving that Northern Line. And now, I'm above my house.
Well, you have military here, but
did like a helicopter thing with the police or something.
The aquarium. You got the amusement zone. You still have the Cyclone and the original Thunderbolt are on the model. Let's zoom if it works. Yeah. There it is. There's the amusement district. Good to see you, John. There's Stillwell Avenue Station. Gravesend Bay. Yes, it was, Robin, yeah. Yes, it was. Let me look up towards Manhattan. Let's look up towards Manhattan. See, when the lights begin to dim just a little bit, the camera has a tough time focusing when I'm zoomed in. Yeah, so there's marsh rabbits. Yeah, there still is marsh rabbits in Coney Island. There's still wild rabbits in Coney Island. We talked about that yesterday on the stream. Peck Slip is near Brooklyn Bridge. Peck Slip, last time, I thought Peck Slip was over in South Street Seaport. South Street Seaport is a Peck Slip, or near the South Street Seaport. Brooklyn Ferry Landing. It's very impressive. Yes, 285,000 buildings are created here. You can see George Washington Bridge. Way up there. Right, it is near the South Street Seaport, right? Yeah. Looking up at the Bronx. And then I am right there. Of course they got Riverside Park here. We were just by Manhattan earlier, but Riverside Park is over on the west side of Manhattan. And it's right up there. It's right up in that direction there. Upper west side to the left-hand side of the screen, upper east side to the right hand of the screen. George Washington Bridge, correct. It connects to New Jersey. Correct. And actually, it looks like somebody kicked the George Washington Bridge is a little bent from this direction here. Yep, to the left of the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir. Yep, I was here. I am a Met fan. Yes, I am. I like to lose. I think the sun is going down once again here in the city. The Little Red Lighthouse is actually too small for the model. So Little Red Lighthouse is not on the model. Anything bigger than 50 feet, anything taller than 50 feet is on the model. 8-minute cycle between day and night. We'll just keep this shot on. Let's use Statue of Liberty. Little Statue of Liberty. But you really get an idea how big the city is when you come in here. You really get an idea. It occasionally buffers, but for mere seconds. Okay, awesome. There's a lot of people in here right now today, so there's a little bit more people in here than normal. Well, during normal times. All right, sun setting. I'm going to do the Rockaways in a second here. No, it's a must-see. If yeah, it is. Edward, it's because simply a lot of people are in here today. I don't know why. A lot of people are in here today, so it may affect the cell network. The original cost was $300,000. $300,000 it cost to big this. Yeah, maybe Nibble. Last time I came here, it was a weekday, so there was nobody in here. This is Marine Park right here coming into the shot. Marine Park, Plum Beach. As we keep on going. The neighborhood Bay. And Oriental Beach. Manhattan Beach. Brighton Beach. And then Coney Island. Right here beneath me. Out to the West End and Seagate, right there. Oh yeah, Neil, they could do so much. They could only do so much with the lighting in here. Good to see you, Joanna. Welcome. So you said you wanted to see the Rockaways. Let's go see the Rockaways. We'll start out at my favorite place, Breezy Point and Fort Tilden. So there's Breezy Point. A lot of beach erosion at Seagate, absolutely. The map is pretty big. Remember, the UN General Assembly used to meet in here before they built their secretary building over on 42nd Street. Hello, waitress. So here is Fort Tilden, Roxbury, Reese Park, Neponsit, and Bell Harbor. You got the Rockaways, Far Rockaway, way up there. Broad Channel, JFK Airport. This is Jamaica Bay we're looking at right now. As we come into the neighborhoods of Howard Beach, Canarsie, Starrett City, East New York, and the Hole right up there. Yeah, that final scene was filmed in Fort Tilden. Came here years ago, had a shuttle type of cars. Yes, a waitress. That was that was a simulated helicopter ride. That was a simulated helicopter ride that used to be here. And I never got to experience that, but I did hear the soundtrack to that. Yep, Howard Beach is in Queens, correct. Howard Beach is in Queens. So Howard Beach is right over there. And then like the border of Brooklyn and Queens is roughly in this area here. And JFK is right here. This is JFK. And the camera's having a little problem with the lighting because the lighting is constantly fading or changing. So, and you can see how, exactly, you can see how Manhattan is really a small part of the city. Yep, LARR does go to Far Rockaway. Where's Harlem? Harlem is way up there, north of Central Park. That's Harlem. Harlem, East Harlem, Morningside Heights, Washington Heights is further up, and then Inwood. Yep, there's a little plane that takes off and lands at LaGuardia. And when we get a little bit further around the model here, we will go up there. I'm just trying to keep an audience off my back. The problem that we always have on live stream is trying to make sure we don't have an audience. But let's go up Ocean Parkway. So yesterday we saw the octopus right across the street from this little park right here. That little park right there is where we saw the octopus. And now we're going to go all the way up Ocean Parkway, all the way up Ocean Parkway. We're going up Ocean Parkway. Now you could definitely see the difference on the new phone. Takes us to Prospect Park. And then we're at Prospect Park. And then we're going to go up Flatbush Avenue to downtown Brooklyn and then over the bridges. It's kind of amazing how this whole city works. Kind of amazing. Okay, we can move now. Studio audience doesn't like me not moving here, so. All right, let's continue on. We're now above Floyd Bennett Field. This is Floyd Bennett Field. This was New York City's first municipal airport. And then LARR kind of goes like way out here, but the A train runs right here. Let's get directly above the Rockaways here now. There's some okay fishing in Jamaica Bay. I want to eat the fish from Jamaica Bay. And I got to do a walking video of Central Park West. Not anytime soon. Enough people do Central Park videos. Well, when I do Central Park, I do the park. So. This is the Aqueduct racetrack right there. And I learned that the Belmont racetrack is not on the model. Am I buffering, guys? Did we lose signal? Did we lose signal? You missed where the Mets play. The Mets play are right up here. Right up there. You remember the smell of Newtown? All good? Okay, awesome. Oh, Belmont is in Nassau County. That's true. Signal good. Okay, good. Remember that when I switch between cameras, there is a little bit of a jump. So keep that in mind. But you have the new City Field on the model, and you could just barely see the Unisphere and the 10th of Tomorrow. But that is where we are right now. Yeah, no, Belmont is more famous than Aqueduct, but Belmont's not on the model because it's not in the 5 boroughs. Belmont is in Nassau County. Oh. Good to see you, Robert. Welcome. You guys are getting the buffering mixed up with the switch. Look, I'm going to switch the cameras right now. Watch what happens. You see, I think you guys think that's buffering. That's not buffering. That's the camera switching. See? That's the camera switching. So that's not buffering. I have a really good signal in here, guys. I have a really good signal in here. Everything is good. I think that's just the camera switching is what's throwing you guys off. Yeah, right. No buffering, right? Yeah, I know. I think it's the camera switching is throwing you guys off. And if it's buffering, there's not really much I could do. There might be people around me with pocket Wi-Fi, and that does affect the signal. Right. 1 or 2 seconds. Good to see you, Griff. Wi-Fi is turned. Let me just make sure one more time that my Wi-Fi is turned off. Okay, I just made sure the Wi-Fi is shut off. So now the Wi-Fi is shut off. Hopefully we will not be buffering occasionally. Good to see you, Griff. Welcome. Thank you so much, Surf Dog. All right. We should be good now. Let's continue on with the tour. Yeah, no circle of death, yeah. So you can see how anything outside of the 5 boroughs is blacked out. And actually, you weren't supposed to model here because again, you're flying over the city. So that's what it's supposed to be. Look at the view of the Twin Towers from here. It's very striking. More than welcome, Jim. Look at that. Again, if you've never seen the Twin Towers in real life, this is the best spot to see the Twin Towers. Oh, it's okay, Debbie. It's okay. So, is there a miniature version of train lines in another museum? The Transit Museum used to have a model, but not anymore. There you go, Surf Dog. Yeah, we're gonna go to the zoos in the future, or more importantly, the botanical gardens. As we go up the East River again. Like the line, it's much different than it looks here in the model. There are a lot of buildings missing in the model. Yeah, Jim, it was quite amazing, those buildings. And actually, let me give a quick rest in peace here. Let's go back to the Twin Towers, because earlier this week, the structural engineer for the Twin Towers, Leslie Robertson, passed away. And Leslie Robertson was the person who was the one who devised the method of the express elevator to the local elevator. So he was the one who created the sky lobbies. And Leslie Robertson actually watched the Twin Towers fall on television. His wife, who's also an architect, she watched her husband's creations, if you will. She was just 2 blocks away from the World Trade Center with a view of the World Trade Center when they collapsed on that day 20 years ago now. Which is kind of amazing to say that, 20 years ago. But yeah, may Leslie Robertson, may he rest. There are 3 botanical gardens, waitress. There are 3 botanical gardens. There's one in Brooklyn, there's one in Queens, and there's one in the Bronx. And there's actually, no, there's 4 botanical gardens, because there's one in Staten Island. Now, we were in the Brooklyn Botanical Garden the other day. So the models on the tower, I want to say they're 13 inches. So for every inch on the model, it's 100 feet in real life. So the buildings were roughly 1,300 feet tall. Have I ever been to the top of the World Trade Center? A bunch of times. I got to go to the sky deck once, which was really cool. But when I was in high school, I had to go to a dinner at Windows of the World, and it was a dinner during this time of year in February, and there was a blizzard going on. And I remember the first thing we noticed was that the buildings were swaying in the wind. The buildings used to actually whistle, like, you know how you blow on the top of a bottle? The buildings used to do that. They used to kind of creak and whistle. As the sun goes down again, here on the model. Right, we haven't had any buffering right now, right guys? I think I fixed the problem. There you go, 13 inches, 33 centimeters. That is correct. Nice, yeah, right, you remember that? Remember that, Sarge Tech? I did that too. You heard that whistle on the 92nd floor, yeah. Yeah, I could imagine you would definitely hear them on the 92nd floor, like all the time. But I remember when I went to Windows of the World, we heard that creaking sound and that whistling sound in the elevator going up. I'll never forget it. Night has reared its head on the model. Yeah, I think turning off, for some reason the Wi-Fi kicked on. Yeah, me too, Ian. Thank you so much, waitress. We worked on the 100th floor from 89 to 93. Very interesting experience. I could imagine, Owen. You had to go to a sky lobby to get to work. You have King Gone on DVD. Yeah, it's a classic movie there, Dylan. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, I want to play with my micro machines here, but micro machines would be out of scale for the model. There's that moonlight over the city. A little bit of moonlight. Yes, the green lights, let me try to remember this again. The green lights were hospitals. The red lights were firehouses. The yellow lights were either schools or police stations. No, blue lights were the police stations. The green lights were housing developments. Right, the green lights were housing developments. I see it right here. The green lights were housing developments. The yellow lights were schools. The red lights are firehouses, and there's blue lights for the police stations. And when you hear the original audio from the ride, Lowell Thomas explains all of this to you. That's why the presentation's 24 minutes long. So if you could imagine, you did the ride here, and you did start from over there. You came around the ramp here in 24 minutes. So it went very slow. Never a cloudy day here, no. Never a cloudy day here on the model. Okay, so now we're above JFK. Let's switch cameras. All right, so now we're above JFK. Looking out towards Queens. We are now over the borough of Queens. Yep, Lowell Thomas from the Mutual of Omaha TV, correct. Lowell Thomas was kind of like the main narrator for anything that happened at the World's Fair of '64. Where's Coney Island? Coney Island's right here. So, Coney Island, the Rockaways, right here. Floyd Bennett Field. Of course, Coney Island is a part of Brooklyn. This is Brooklyn right here. And then this is the borough of Queens right here. And then, of course, Manhattan. And then the Bronx. And I'm directly above Jamaica Bay. Yeah, Lowell Thomas did have an interesting backstory. Yes, he did. Yep, we're above JFK. You remember the old terminal there? I think the old Pan Am terminal is still here. Yeah, it's still here. The infamous Pan Am terminal. You see that structure there with the circular roof? That was the Pan Am, not the Pan Am World Port. The World Port was on the other side of the airport. But that's the Pan Am terminal with the big roof that cantilevered out over the planes. So you could get off the plane and outside and you won't get wet or you be in shade. Terminal 3, the original Pan Am Terminal number 3 with the round cylindrical building right there. Good to see you there. Lowland the 333. Hello. I haven't watched Pretend It's a City yet on Netflix. No, I haven't. But I know that what's her name uses this model here. She walks on the model in that show. I haven't seen that yet. The part of the Rockaways that you live is near Five Towns, Inwood, Nassau County. Awesome. You left after the '93 bombing. Oh, wow, Deloitte and Touche. Wow. What about the old airfield on Flatbush Avenue? Yeah, that's Floyd Bennett Field right here. This is Floyd Bennett Field. This is Flatbush. This is the Gil Hodges Bridge or Marine Parkway Bridge. And then we're going to go way up right there. That's Flatbush Avenue. That's Flatbush Avenue right there, going right through Prospect Park and then into downtown Brooklyn. I know I got to watch that show. Yeah, I got to watch that show. We're proving something right now, which is I could stare at this model for hours and not get tired of it. To me, it's like a piece of art. You know, it's like this big piece of art. And again, and this room is so big that this is where the UN General Assembly used to meet. I mean, in this very room, they created the partition of Israel, and UNICEF was born in this building. It was amazing how much history is on this building. Yeah, right. What's her name there? Fran Lebowitz. Yeah, right. She put her booties on. And that's how, when the model was open, back in the day when you were able to walk on the model, you had to put booties over your shoes to make sure you didn't track any dirt in. And then you had to make sure you didn't destroy the bridges, because people would always destroy the bridges. I remember when the model was open to the public, I remember the bridges always being damaged. So how long did it take to build the model? It took about a year and a half to build the model. But then the second hardest part of building the model is, of course, it's made in panels. So you can see some of the panel outlines up there. But the hardest part was installing everything. I heard the installation took close to 6 months. So 2 years it took to build this model and install it. You can see the area. Oh yeah, you can see why the Dutch settled this area. Yeah, Richie, the thing about when Henry Hudson enters New York Harbor, the first thing he notices is that you could moor 1,000 ships in safe harbor here in New York. That was why they loved New York so much. Now, Giovanni de Verrazzano, he was a bit lazy. When Giovanni de Verrazzano comes in, he comes in just into the Narrows. He thinks New York Harbor is a lake. So he turns around and he goes back out to the old world. So, Yeah, back in the day, they let the public walk on the model, which is insane. Because it's very, very delicate. And like I said, they do always superimpose other art on the model. So we go up the Rockaways one more time. Right, just think that this was mostly farms in the Dutch era. So of course the Dutch, let's zoom in. So the Dutch first settle what's today Governor's Island in 1623. And then in 1624 they go across the harbor, and that's when they do their land deal to buy the island of Manhattan for 24 pounds of gunpowder. Pretty good deal. Yeah, everyone had to walk up the waters, like the water, you walked on the water, Owen. Because you couldn't walk on the buildings. Yeah, well, Governor's Island is no longer occupied, but it is going to become a hotel out there. They want to put a hotel out there. There's a park out there. So, wildlife preserve is still there in Rockaway. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, Fort Tilden's a really lovely area. Hello from photos around New York. And nobody lives on Ellis Island. It's a museum. All right, now time to show my favorite spot, my favorite part of the model. It's that time. There used to be a golf course on Governor's Island, not anymore. Yep, Floyd Bennett Field right here. That's Floyd Bennett Field. Floyd Bennett Field, the Rockaways, Coney Island. Here's Brooklyn, Staten Island. Of course, Manhattan. Now we got a really good view of Manhattan. Where is the treasure located? I'm looking for the big X. Yep, the Coast Guard. That was the largest Coast Guard station on the East Coast. And in 1996, the Coast Guard left and they sold the island to the city of New York for $1. Today, it is becoming an amazing park, and we will be back out there in May. Is Coney Island a true island? No, it's not. No, it's a sandbar. So when Coney Island was being developed in the early days, it did shift a few times. So technically, Coney Island's a sandbar. But as you see, there used to be a creek they used to cut across. There used to be a creek they used to cut across, but not anymore. Yeah, it's a sandbar. So it's not really a true island.
It's getting dark.
Where's Plum Island? Plum Island is right here. Now remember, Plum Island is today called Plum Beach, but Plum Island, which is right there, was completely altered when they built the Belt Parkway. And there were people who lived in bungalows on Plum Island. And fun fact, Robert Moses, in order to build the highway, burned them out of their homes. He burned down their homes to get them out. Robert Moses was an evil man. That just like the OBX, Jim. Good to see you, Norman, out there in Bangor, Pennsylvania. The sun is going down. So, of course, this is Marine Park. Marine Park right here. And then Bergen Beach. We're directly above, this right here, this is Canarsie. And that's the Canarsie Pier right there. And then this cluster of tall buildings right here, this is Starrett City. That's Starrett City, and then we go into Queens, and then below me, this is Howard Beach. And the scary neighborhoods are over here. East New York, New Lots. The Hole is right here. That's the Hole, by the way. That's the Hole right there. Shout out to Action Kid for actually walking through the Hole. Not doing a live stream, but he did a video. Walking through the Hole, something I would never do. Yep, Roosevelt Island between Manhattan and Queens. Let's zoom in on it because we got a perfect view of it. So, formerly known as Welfare Island. There it is. With the Queensboro Bridge going over the island. And then we are right here. There we are. We're inside that little square building next to that little silver ball. Right there. That was a good video, yeah. That's where I am right now. And the sun is beginning to set once again. Yep, the F train stops at Roosevelt Island, correct. You can see the 7 train right there. The 7 train is right here. Oh, we're 1,500 feet above. The sun sets here in New York. The sun is setting once again here in New York. I'm going to make sure I could get that audio from the helicopter ride working again. I'm going to try to get that to work. So next time we come out here, we're going to play the video. Or play the audio. Went to high school with a lot of kids from Governor's Island. Wow, that's pretty cool. They used to take the ferry to Staten Island. Wow. So they take the ferry going off of Governor's Island and switch boats. I know, we're into next week. We're in a time machine, Jim. We're in a time machine. My name is not John, but I did take the train here. Good to see you there, Combe. Airwolf theme. Thank you so much, Sarge Tech. I love how this looks this one middle camera here, the 1X camera here, really brings out the black light. Wow. That's where we are, right there. As we go down the Flushing Meadows. Rinato, buongiorno, Italy. There's Forest Park. Wow, your mom had her 3rd child in a hospital on Welfare Island. There was an elevator. There was an elevator that took you down from the Queensboro 59th Street Bridge. Correct. I'm glad you're enjoying this, Debbie. As we make our way around the city, it's time to show my favorite part of the model. So here at LaGuardia Airport, there is a little plane, or 2 little planes, that take off and land. Model. And I remember the first time I ever saw this, I freaked out. I was so excited, so happy. So, oh, there's the plane just taking off. Let's follow the plane. It's taking off. It's taking off. There it goes. And let's catch the plane landing. Let's catch the plane landing. And I wait for the plane to land. Oh, here it comes. There it goes, everyone. There it goes. Coming in for the landing. Landing at runway 31 at LaGuardia. Hello, Captain Menchito. Welcome. Whee! Yep, there's Rikers Island. There's good old Rikers. Isn't that cool? There's the Bronx. Very steep approach, but remember, it is a simulation. Yep, Fran Lebowitz was here, Richard. Yep. I got to see that show. Yeah, maybe it is JetBlue, since Queens is their home borough. Robin, thank you so much for tuning on in. Have a great day out there in the Rockaways. You're more than welcome, Sarge. I mean, again, you get a really great perspective of what the Twin Towers used to look like on our skyline. Where's Bryant Park? We were just over Manhattan before. So some of the buildings do get replaced, but new buildings are only added for the most part. But Bryant Park is somewhere amongst that tangle of buildings there in Midtown. Earlier in the stream, when I was on the other side of the model, I did point out all of the parks. So you're going to have to check out earlier in the stream, and you will see Bryant Park, Washington Square Park, Tompkins Square Park, Madison Square Park, and all that good stuff. Is it really snowing and ice right now? Great. Great. I'll see the weather update here in the chat. See the weather update when the night bot. So let's go our final part here of the model. Because we're now going to go up towards the Bronx. Good to see you, Alex. Icing is pinging your window. Great. All right. That might be my cue to go home. So they do have. So here's the high point of our trip around the 5 boroughs. We are now above the Bronx. Looking downtown, Lower Manhattan, Central Park. I see Yankee Stadium, people. Yankee Stadium, right there. There's Yankee Stadium. There's somebody kicked the George Washington Bridge. George Washington Bridge is a little warped. Never realized the model was this large. Yeah, photos from around New York. You got to come here to the Queens Museum. Not a lot. I don't know. I'm surprised not that many people come up here and see this. And it still is for the last 50 something years, 53 years, 54 years. Yeah, St. John the Divine is here. Any building that's taller than 50 feet is on the model. It's going to be kind of tough to see it, but in the center of the screen is St. John Divine. You got to look really close, but it is there. Can you see it? I see the Morningside Heights Church also. Actually, I already framed where Bryant Park was when we were on the other side of the model. So gotta check the beginning of the stream, and you will see Bryant Park. But in the very center of the screen is St. John the Divine. Yep, again, this model was built to showcase all the new housing that Robert Moses helped build, and also all the highways Robert Moses helped build. So this is really, that was the main function of the model. Yeah, Riverside Church is very close by. They were both in the shot. I couldn't zoom in anymore. I couldn't zoom in anymore, but now if you come here, if you want to get an idea, if you want to get an idea of how big the buildings are on the model, they do have here some buildings that you could touch. And of course they have Empire State Building here. And Empire State Building, you see how big it is. It's 14 inches. 14 inches. Yeah, fast way to get around the city. I don't think they have the ventilation shafts for the tunnels. Let's see. Yeah, they don't got the ventilation shaft buildings for the tunnels, for the Holland Tunnel. I just realized that. They're missing. Yeah, they're not on the model. Huh. There's little boats on the panorama model. Look, if you look closely, you can see some ships on the model. Yeah, there's a couple of ships beneath me here. Oh yeah, Alex, next time you come out here, man, come on out to the Queen. Now, shall we do one more thing, guys? Shall we do one more thing? You guys want to see just a couple of Lego bricks? No, it's 385,000 pieces of wood and plastic. You guys want to do one more thing? You guys want a bonus? You guys want to see the bonus? Let me know. Let me know if you guys want to see the bonus model. Hello, Jay. I'm glad you're enjoying. Exactly, Debbie. Exactly. Right? Norman does. All you people who probably went to the 64 fair want to see what I'm going to show next. Right? Guys, you ready for the bonus? All right. Let's go into visible storage. Let's go into visible storage. So this is visible storage. This is where we have lots of little mementos from both World's Fairs. All right, I want that. There's the ashtray I want. I want the ashtray. Because you know they will never make that today. Abraham Lincoln. And here are the models of some of the buildings here, of some of the pavilions. And where's Prague? Here it is. We were just talking about this. Here's a carousel of progress. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at every single day. Right, you have an ashtray? You have the ashtray? What? You have the World's Fair ashtray? Really? Thing. Look at this thing. This thing is so cool. I really want that ashtray. All right, now, here it is. The 1964 World's Fair. So we are right now we're in this building here. There's the Unisphere, 10th of tomorrow. The Bridge of Sighs going into the amusement district. Futurama to the moon. The Ford Magic Skyway. Sinclair Dinorama. The Hall of Science, which is still there. Tavern in the Park. Well, today Tavern in the Park, or Terrace in the Park. The Port Authority building. And Progress Land is up here. No City Field, not on this map anyway. The American Pavilion. This would later on, the Singer Bowl will later on be the Louis Armstrong Stadium. Where's Progress Land? Oh, here's Progress Land. Up by the Fountain of the Planets. Progress Land, AT&T Travels Insurance. Every kid wanted a Sinclair dinosaur. Yes, and they got a couple right here from the Moldorama.
Dinosaurs.
Everybody wanted Dino. And you know, they change this out periodically. I have never seen this dog here before. I have never. Look at that ashtray. Wow, that's the classy ashtray right there. That's a high class family ashtray right there. Oh, is that a radio? What is that? Oh, that's like some kind of plastic. Now let's see if the Dino. You had to give one of the dinos. Your mother, really? Your mom gave away your dino? That's messed up. That's no messed up. Had two uncles that had Sinclair gas stations. Wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, ashtray heist. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna steal anything from this museum. Look, and the amazing stained glass roof. Good to see you, Michelle. Florida Pavilion. Still have a program somewhere in a box. That's worth some money there, Gail. That's where we are. We're in there. That's where we are. Have a Moldorama there and Brookfield. Awesome. That's the Kodak Pavilion. No. Let's see how many there's still Kodak. That's go to the fair or at the fair. There's the line for Progress Land. It's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, shining at every single day. There is the DuPont chemistry, the Fun with Chemistry show, which is here on YouTube. You can watch the chemistry show on YouTube. Oh, look at that. Beautiful night shot of the Unisphere with the fountains all lit up. Oh, look at that from the highway. Trip to the moon. This is fun. Oh, look at that. Look at that shot. There's you. You never know. You guys were here. You guys were here. Oh, there's inside the tent of tomorrow. Oh, look at that. The Lowenbrow beer garden. Yep. Fun with Chemistry. Yep. That is here on YouTube. You can actually see that on YouTube. Yep, the Ferris wheel still exists. It's in Michigan on the side of a highway. Ooh, that's a very boring monorail ride. From what I hear, the monorail was very boring. There's the Vatican Pavilion. I'm shocked how many of these I know. That's the that is the Ford Magic Skyway with the Ford cars about to go into the ride, right there. That's the one tent circus that they had here at the fair. Yeah, yeah, the monorail was suspended from above. Your dad's favorite place, the beer garden. Me and your dad will get along. It's an aerial shot. Looking out towards the U.S. Pavilion and Shea Stadium in the background. Wow. Looking out more, got Progress Land. What else I see there? I see a whole bunch of stuff. Go looking out towards Queens. The Astral Fountain. We walked past that. This is the Astral Fountain right here. And they're walking over the Bridge of Sighs. Now, Japan wasn't formally in the fair, but corporations from Japan were showcased here at the fair. Wow. Wow. Good to see you, Pietro. Let's see. Let's see if we can see some relics from the 39 fair here. Oh, here's Futurama. Here's the original Futurama. Here's some original vehicles from the original Futurama. And then here is the dual-decked street. This is the street of the future, where pedestrians will walk above the car traffic. They actually had a whole mock-up of that intersection in full size here in Flushing Meadows. So this is from the real World's Fair, the 3940 fair. A lot of cool rugs. It's a Trilon and Perisphere. Trilon and Perisphere. Right there. What was that? Necktie. That's new. Ooh, look at that can. Look at that ancient can. Mmm. And the original Futurama is here on YouTube. You could watch that here on YouTube. All right, it's cool, right? Ooh, Trilon and Perisphere, salt and pepper shakers. Trilon and Perisphere. Yes, I want those. I want those really bad. But they always change this out, so there's always new things, and I'm noticing a lot of stuff that I did not see here ever. So there's a few artifacts here that I've never seen before. Here are the little models of the pavilion. No, I wish we had Elko, the smoking robot, here. Unfortunately, we do not. Oh yeah, turned out to be counterfeit. That's funny. I tell you, the architecture at the 39 Fair was so cool. It was so futuristic. Even today in 2020, the shapes that these buildings were made in were so cool. Well, we kind of seen it all now. We kind of seen it all. Here's a sign for the helicopter ride. Good to see you, Marvin. Remember your old phone number, 212 Lewis Elliott 9 4069. Well, we just enjoyed the panorama. Is it really crowded in there? Let's go one more time. Go one more time. Let's go in one more time. One more time for you guys. One more time for everyone. One more time. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little walk around the Panorama of New York City. Oh, right, sorry, Lexington, correct. L was Lexington. You're more than welcome for the trip. Let's get one more look. We'll hang sunset. We'll do one more sunset here. We'll do one more sunset, and then we'll end the stream, and then we'll walk back to the train. BA was Barclay, yeah. Right, it's beautiful, right? Yeah, check out the replay. We walked all around the model. I everything out for you guys. But we'll wait for one more sunset, and then we'll end the stream. But I saw a bunch of you guys just came in, so we'll give one more look at the world's largest architectural scale model, the Panorama of New York City. If you have, give that up. 212 area codes are worth their weight in gold. There's Central Park, Roosevelt Island, Randall's Island right there, the Bronx, Yankee Stadium. We'll let the sun set here on the model. Any questions about the model? Any more questions about the model or of the fair? We have a few more minutes here before we end the stream. More than welcome, Billy. Hope everyone enjoyed this. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to share this out with friends. People find the live streams. And more people the merrier. It's always a beautiful thing. Always a treat indeed, John. Always a treat indeed. Yes, everything in the 5 boroughs, Marvin. Far Rockaway is way up there. Let's zoom in. Here's Far Rockaway. Anything that's in the 5 boroughs is on the model. You can see how the camera is adjusting for the light constantly changing in here. Yeah, look at that. The light is constantly changing in here. So the camera has a little learning stuff about my new cameras now. All right, Judith's from the Upper West Side. Let's go to Judith's neighborhood. Boom, Upper West Side, right here. Upper West Side, Harlem, Morningside Heights, Washington Heights. This is the Harlem River in the middle of the screen right there, separating Manhattan from the Bronx. Well, I think that sun is beginning to set. All right, Judith, 23rd and 1st, right there. Judith's house is in, if Judith, your home was built before 1994, your home is in the model. My house is in the model too. As the sun sets on another fun day here at the Queens Museum. Right? Oh, and you're on the Upper West Side too? Upper West Side. Your home was built in 1971. Your house is in the model, Judith. Your house is in the model. There's Upper West Side. What path is the marathon? We'll do that really quick. Here's the marathon route. See you there. The starting line is right there at the toll booth to the Verrazano Bridge. They then run over the Verrazano Bridge. They go up 4th Avenue. They then eventually go down Lafayette, up Bedford to Manhattan Avenues. They make their way up and over the Pulaski Bridge Then they do a little zigzag here in Queens. They go up Queens to the Queensboro 59th Street Bridge, and then run over the Queensboro 59th Street Bridge. They run up First Avenue into the Bronx, a little loop here in the Bronx, back down Fifth Avenue. They run all the way down Fifth Avenue, 59th Street, cross over on Central Park South, and back into the park. Where's Greece on this map? Greece is not on this map. It is only New York City. Anything Sunday, maybe some radio on Sunday because the weather's going to be pretty bad. Wow, 1840s. Well, it will definitely be on the model. It's the original building from the model. On route. Where is Greece on this map? If this is New York, just New York City, and it's this big, that's right, Peter Cooper Village, prominently shown. As the sun goes down, it is time for me to end this little live stream. So do me a favor, have a fantastic Queen's Day, whether you live here or not. I want you to hug your loved ones. I want you to cherish your moments. And good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are. I'll be back on in a few minutes, and we're going to walk back to the subway. I'll see you guys later, folks. Bye-bye.